Hi everyone. Another question that I've received, and thank you for it. You've written about stories being part of the default setting of humanity. What do you mean by that? Good question. The way I see it, stories are an incredibly important and ancient part of the chain of transmission used by humans to pass on ideas, thinking, observations, and all kinds of other material that is sacred and useful in a kind of base way. Human society has developed over 200,000 years, something like that, but writing has only been known by humans to have been done since, the time of the Assyrians, maybe 5,000 years ago. And so all that time throughout human history until 5,000 years ago, or even more recently than that, information and ideas and know-how that was so critical for the survival of the species was passed on in a different form. And it was passed on in the form of stories, because it was the only way information could be entrusted in such a way that it wasn't lost. If you think of a delicious piece of fruit, maybe like a peach, and I've written about this, but if you think of a peach, nobody really cares about the stone in the middle. But we all love peaches, or a lot of us do, because we want to sink our teeth into the delicious flesh. And that's how stories work. Stories have an educational factor. They've got a serious content, a message that gets absorbed when they're told and retold. But they need the entertainment factor, which allows us to, or encourages us to pass them on. And it's my belief that we're all born with this ability to appreciate stories. You look at children, and if you want to teach a child something, you teach it through stories. But in the Occidental world in particular, stories are often denigrated as second-rate entertainment or nonsense. And that is nonsense, though, to me, because the way I see it, stories are they're one of the great building blocks, one of the greatest inventions of human society, probably the greatest human invention of all time. I wish we could get back to a time when we embraced this default setting of humanity and appreciated it for what it was, and realized that we can use it to teach each other things, to pass on any kind of information, and to benefit from it in incredibly new, amazing ways.